The nature of love. I will never be the same after seeing you at your San Francisco workshop. Not long ago, I was given a diagnosis of terminal emphysema and congestive heart failure. My life, needless to say, is filled with constant physical pain. I came to your event expecting to uncover a past life, but, much to my surprise, I did not go to one, nor did I go to my childhood, as you had instructed us. Instead, I go to one, nor did I go to my childhood, as you had instructed us. Instead, I found myself leaving my body behind, floating above it into a universe that was filled with infinite beauty and love. I can only describe it as a wonderfully deathless near-death experience. It was the first peace I had known since my diagnosis, and its memory carries me through the difficult days that lie ahead. There is no death. I know this because I went there, to this place of unconditional love, and I came back to tell its story. The veil that separates us from being constantly aware of this love was parted for me that day. There is never any reason or anything to fear. There is only love, a love that is indiscriminate and absolutely universal. Contrary to what I had always believed, no judgment awaited me. Love does not know how to judge, it embraces, without any limits or conditions. We are judged by people all day long but never by God, whom I believe to be the source of this love. My pain was gone. Love can heal, also. I had not had a painless moment in recent memory. The relief that I experienced during the regression defies description. Do you know what hate feels like? 10,000 pounds upon our shoulders. Every time that we are judged or we judge others, another pound is added, until our bodies are so heavy that we cannot move. When we speak of the weight of the world bearing down upon us, this is what it means. And yet I never realized what a burden I had been carrying my entire life. I had become used to it. That day at the workshop, it disappeared. I soared without meaning to. There was simply nothing to hold me down. And we do not even need to do anything special to fly, just transform ourselves from beings of hate into beings of love. It may sound lofty, but it could not be simpler or more instantaneous. The key to happiness and freedom has been in our hands our entire lives. We just never thought to look down to see what they held. Our bodies are delicate, they ache, they age, they die. To have a body is to have suffering. They are important, for we come into them and into this planet to learn, but there are great growing pains in the process. Once we throw the bodies off, we realize that we are more than we ever imagined we could possibly be. When I had found out that my death was approaching, I feared what came next. But now I know what comes next. We go to the afterlife, we are healed, we are loved. It is pure bliss. It is the exact opposite of fear. How did we manage to get it so backward? Afterward, I returned home, but the memory of that experience has stayed with me to this day. The pain returns from time to time, but I can tolerate it with me to this day. The pain returns from time to time, but I can tolerate it now. Just knowing that this place awaits me, that it awaits us all, gives me great comfort. I feel that when I die, I will return to that state of bliss that I experienced during those life-changing moments at your workshop. I have told other people about what I learned that day. This has become a purpose in my life, to help others. We all have this purpose, actually. We are all important, every last one of us. Although we may behave badly out of ignorance, or fear, or judgment, we ourselves are never bad. That is not a word that can ever describe a soul. If, for just a few short moments, everybody could feel the love that I felt, there would be no more war, no more violence. Why would anyone want to hurt a soul? I know all these things now, and although the end of my life may be approaching, it is, in a sense, just starting. I am at peace. Nathaniel Peterson, love does not know how to judge, Nathaniel states. It embraces, without any limits or conditions. We know this innately, but we keep forgetting, and we suffer because we forget. We have been taught metaphors to help us remember. The sun shines on prisons as well as churches, the rain falls on weeds as well as flowers. But we still forget. We allow ourselves to be judged by others, accepting their projections and distortions, and in doing so we lose a bit of our confidence and self-esteem. Instead, we should fill ourselves with self-love. We should remember our true nature is an immortal, spiritual being, an eternal soul who is always loved and who is never alone. The Zen monk Thich Nhat Hanh wrote, "The wave does not need to die to become water. She is already water, nor do we need to die to become the spiritual beings that we already are. Nathaniel has lost his fear of death. He has glimpsed the other side of the veil and found it to be pure love. He can fulfill his purpose and squarely face his prognosis. Death is not a mystery to him. Our lives always hold a deep meaning and a profound purpose. Although the end of my life may be approaching, says Nathaniel, it is, in a sense, just starting. The outlook that has resulted from his workshop experience has given him a new life, one that, even if it is indeed nearing its end, is much more peaceful and satisfying. But what if what we have always thought of as the end is actually just the beginning? Jade, in the final story of this book, depicts this glorious possibility. Soulmate, this is a part of Zindagi Ki Roshni consultancy. It has been established for those who have lost someone and for those who are very sad in their life. About 100 PDF books and 20 short audio books of this topic will be sent to those who join it. This data will be sent to their email or WhatsApp. If you want to join this organization, then please send WhatsApp message to this number.